Alright, how's it going? Welcome to my second Q&A video. So you guys sent me a ton of questions again, so thank you for that. Just like the last Q&A video, sorry if I don't get to your question in particular. I kind of, if I were to answer every single question, this video would be like multiple hours long probably. And I just don't have time for that, and I'm sure that's probably not very entertaining for people to watch as well. But I'm sure I'll probably be doing more Q&As in the future, so hopefully I can get to even more questions at that point. I'm sure with these first two videos, I will have gotten a lot out of the way, and I'm trying my best not to repeat any questions or answers. So yeah, I think that's it for the intro. Let's go ahead and get into the questions. So we've got an even 15 questions to get through today, and the first one is from Spartan Nog. How much are they paying you to get all those team kills, and who is your dealer? So how much are they paying me? Shit all, I do it for fun. I'm sick like that. And who is my dealer? I cannot divulge that information. They will team kill me if I do that. So yeah, sort of shit out of luck there. Moving on to question number 2, it is by, I'm gonna say Vute. Is it Vute or is it just V-U-T-E? Not sure how you pronounce that, so sorry if I completely butchered it. But he asks, which hero do you hope is in Battlefront 2? So aside from all like the, standards heroes that you would sort of expect, like, Anakin, Obi-Wan, like Luke, all that, pretty standard stuff. I would love to see Ahsoka as a hero. I think that would be awesome. I'm sure, this is what I see happening. I could see Ahsoka not being in the base game, but about like a month after release, they'd probably have like a hero DLC or some bullshit like that, where you could probably buy like Ahsoka or and Asajj Ventress or some bullshit like that. I'm totally expecting it to be a DLC if we do get characters like that. But yeah, that is the hero that I would like to see in Battlefront 2. The new Battlefront 2 though, that is. Not, the new one, not the OG one. Next question, or I should say questions, is from Joseph Eugene. So first up, he asks, as a Jedi, why do you never block? Because I am too lazy to hit the F key. That is a lot of work. So his serious question is, what are your future plans for the channel? I don't know. Honestly, I don't frickin' know. Probably gonna be a lot more Battlefront 2 videos. Still absolutely love the game to death. There's definitely gonna be the new Battlefront 2 on the channel as well. The only thing I have planned for that right now is probably like, I don't know, videos of my first couple multiplayer games, as well as probably a playthrough of the campaign. That's sort of all I have planned for that. That's pretty much all I have planned in general, really. Just Battlefront 2 videos for, both the Battlefront 2s. Yeah, I don't really plan ahead. I sort of just take it like week by week, do whatever the hell I really feel like doing. Like last week, I think it was last week, I uploaded a Napoleonic War video. That was sort of just, I randomly ended up playing that game because I wanted to. I just ended up making a video of it. Definitely didn't plan on doing that. But, that sort of gives you a thought, takes you through my thought process of how I do things on the channel. So basically there is no thought process, it's just do whatever the fuck I feel like doing. Alright, on to question, I was gonna say question number 4, but I guess this technically isn't question number 4 anymore, since we've had a couple in the last few ones. Anyways, these questions are by Jimmy Snipes, and I'm only gonna answer a couple of his questions here. What is your favorite Star Wars movie / character? I don't remember if I answered this in the last one, but I'll answer it quickly here. Favorite Star Wars movie is Revenge of the Sith, and character, I'm gonna go with Obi-Wan Kenobi. It sort of changes. Obi-Wan Kenobi is usually my main answer. But there's a lot of clones that I really like too. Like Hardcase is just fucking hilarious and a badass. But I'd say Obi-Wan. Will you ever do a live stream? I answered that in my last one. If you could have any lightsaber, which would you choose? Or would you want a custom-made one, and what color would you have it be? So this is actually a really interesting question. I actually like this one. Pretty unique. I've always liked Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber a lot. I don't know, it's just like simplistic. I always like simplistic designs, just something clean and elegant looking, and I think his really matches that. The only thing I would change, if it was my lightsaber, would be to basically have, instead of like having it silver, just like the, you know, sort of plain looking steel, I'd like it to be like a dark gunmetal sort of color, like almost like a matte gunmetal color. I think that would look wicked. I'd still keep the blade color blue. I think that's my favorite blade color, at least. Yeah, I think I'd just go with that. I don't think... I can't really think of anything in my head that I'd want more than that, honestly. Next question is from Accidental, and he asks, I remember you mentioned you played Skyrim before, so would you ever do a series on Elder Scrolls or Fallout? I mean... Like I answered in a couple questions ago, I don't really plan to do that sort of stuff, you know. If it happens, it happens. I'm definitely not making anything on Skyrim or Fallout 4, you know, sort of two most recent renditions of Bethesda games. But you never know. If I'm still doing YouTube by the time the new Elder Scrolls comes out, maybe. I'm gonna be playing the shit out of that whenever that comes out, so maybe there might be a likely chance that I would make a video or two on it. But again, you know, I don't really plan that far ahead. And he has another question. You like jazz? No, it is absolutely terrible, but it is hilarious in applications like the Coruscant Modern Warfare map. That just, yeah, that kills me. Next question is from the Mighty Dino, and he asks, will you ever play Empire at War to show off mods? So this is another question I get asked very frequently. Just a lot of stuff regarding Empire at War. And again, I'm not planning on playing Empire at War. I'm really bad at that type of game. Like, real-time strategy games are not my thing. You know, like the most I can really handle is like the Total War series. But yeah, I'm not planning on doing any of that, but you never know. I'm not saying no, it might happen. I know there are a lot of cool mods for that, and I've watched a ton of gameplay of that from that game. You know, like, I'm a fan of it. I haven't even played it myself though. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon, but I'm not saying no. Next up, we have a little two-parter from Zural Battlefront 2. First, he asks, how old are you actually? I am currently 19, almost 20. I'll be turning 20 in about just over a month now. Second question is, will you play the original Battlefront 1? This is another question I get a lot. Again, not planning on it, but you never know. I haven't actually played the original Battlefront 1. Some of you may find that surprising, but I started with Battlefront 2, and I've sort of always stuck with Battlefront 2. I haven't gone back and tried out Battlefront 1. There's no real reason I haven't. I just sort of haven't. But yeah, same deal with Empire at War. I'm not saying no, it might happen, but I don't have any plans to at least make videos on it anytime soon. The next question is from Pilot Hawk, and he asks, what mods are you looking forward to? What mods are you super hyped about? His are Battlefront 3 Legacy Final Version and Battlefront Ultimate Commander. So I am definitely looking forward to both those that you listed as well, especially Battlefront Ultimate Commander. That looks incredibly promising, super hyped about that one. I'm also looking forward to Nito Mod's Yavin Valley of Ruins. That also looks really promising. Go check out his ModDB page for the mod. I will leave a link in the description, and just look at some of the screenshots and tell me, come tell me that you're not hyped for that. It looks pretty damn awesome. Next up, we have a couple questions from, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Is it Mood Imran? I'm terrible at pronouncing names. So he asks, quite a few questions. I'm only gonna be answering a couple of them, some of the less personal ones. So, if you could live in the Star Wars universe, would you? If so, what era and what side would you be on? I would, being a Star Wars fan, I'd, sort of like, oh, say, hell yeah, that'd be so cool. But in reality, that'd probably be like the dumbest freaking idea ever. I'd probably die within a day. Even just like if I was magically teleported to Coruscant, like I wouldn't survive. Like I would be so lost. But if I did, let's say I did, let's answer the second part to the question. What era and what side would you be on? I'd love to, I mean, I wouldn't say love, but if I were to go, I would choose to go during the, I guess, Clone Wars era, because I'm a Clone Wars, fanboy. And what side would you be on? The Republic, because, Clone Wars fanboy. Gonna skip over questions. Question 2, go to number 3. Have you ever considered branching out of just making Star Wars related gaming content? If so, what games would you play? Yeah, I mean, I have. Stuff like that Napoleonic Wars video is, sort of fits here. It's obviously not Star Wars. It's like the farthest thing from Star Wars and the farthest thing from Battlefront 2. The only thing that they have in common is like third-person view, basically, and I guess there's some guns. But still, like, so far apart. So stuff like that, I wouldn't mind making more of every now and then. Like, again, I'm not planning to at the moment, but if I spontaneously end up doing it, I would be happy to upload to the channel. But I know that's, it's not what a lot of you guys are here to see. This is very much a Star Wars channel, but I know some of you guys are the type of people who just don't care what I upload. You'll watch it anyways, and that's really awesome. That honestly leaves me with a really good feeling. You guys are just, wonderful people. So let's answer the sort of other part of that question. What games would you play? Stuff like that. Like, I love Mount & Blade. It's so much fun. Like, when Bannerlord comes out, that's probably going to be something that would fit, to answer this question. Like, I'd probably end up making a couple videos on Bannerlord, because I know I'm gonna be playing the shit out of that game. I don't know if I'd make videos on the Total War series. I'm sort of waiting for the next historical title. I'm not a fan of Warhammer. I think I talked about that in the last Q&A as well. So you never know with the next historical title, because I absolutely love the historical ones. Even though like stuff like Rome 2 and Attila were flawed, they were still so much fun for me just because of the setting. As for other games besides those, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. Like I said, maybe Elder Scrolls, but that's probably a couple years away, so who the hell knows what's gonna happen with that. Yeah, that's all I can really think of off the top of my head. I might end up playing some just random ass games here and there. No idea. So those are the 2 questions I'm gonna pick out of there. Not really interested in answering some of the more personal ones. Actually, I am gonna answer number 6. Have you ever lost sleep over the team kills you committed? No, I have not, because I am a terrible person. Next, we have a question from Nito Mods himself. Just talked about his Yavin Valley of Ruins mod. So, if there could be a mod for Battlefront 2, the real one, aka 2005, where 2 clone legions of your choice would fight each other to the death on a stock Battlefront 2 map of your choice, which 2 legions would you choose on what stock Battlefront 2 map and why? That's a really tough question, actually. I haven't even thought about this one, really. I think the 2 clone legions would have to be the 501st and 212th, just sort of like a recreation of Umbara, where they were, team killing each other, basically. My style. So yeah, just sort of pay homage to that, I guess. And I know it asks what stock Battlefront 2 map, but I would love to see it on an Umbara map. That would be awesome, like Soraya's or El Fabricio's or something. That would be awesome. But as for stock Battlefront 2 maps, that's tough, honestly, because none of the maps would really suit the idea that I'm going for. I don't know. Let's go with Felucia, just because it's sort of, you know, jungly, I guess, somewhat like Umbara, minus, you know, the Vixus creatures. But you can just throw some accolades in there for fun. Why not? So yeah, I don't really have a justification for Felucia besides it's, you know, sort of like a jungle-y planet. There's a bunch of foliage like Umbara. Yeah, that's the second part to that question is pretty tough, but that's all I got for now. Next question is from Everything Guy 2000, and he asks, "What was your favorite subject in school?" That's easily it's history. I absolutely love history. Part of the reason why I love the historical titles, the historical Total War titles so much. Especially I love antiquity, like classical antiquity, and anything to do with like ancient Greece and the Roman Empire. Medieval periods, they're pretty cool too. I like stuff with involving the Byzantine Empire. That's pretty cool. The Crusade stuff is pretty neat as well. That's a pretty rich time in history. But yeah, for the most part, definitely anything to do with the Roman Empire and ancient Greece, and Carthage is also awesome. They have a really cool history dating back to the Phoenicians and stuff. So yeah, got a little off topic there, but my favorite subject in school was history. Next question is, sorry if I mispronounced your name again, Zaid Sammy. If you're successful in the Ewok and Wookiee pelt trade, why do you make YouTube videos? It's because I am a complete fake. I am not actually successful in those, in the pelt trades. Complete, just, you know, utter fake. I'm a complete failure in those. You know, you just gotta talk a big game, then you'll be successful, right? Is that how life works? I think that's how life works. Probably not. I'm probably screwed. Next up is a question by Darth Vader himself. Or sorry, I guess two questions. First is, which is your favorite Star Wars movie from your childhood? I just answered that. Well, sort of. From when I was younger, for some reason, I know why. I really liked Attack of the Clones, just because it was the first time we saw the grand, you know, clone army of the Republic, and that was just, I don't know, that was so cool to me as a kid. So I guess in my childhood, I'd have to say Attack of the Clones, but now it is Revenge of the Sith, because it is a much better movie. Not saying Attack of the Clones is bad, but Revenge of the Sith is definitely better. Second question is, if you could travel anywhere in time, where would you go? Travel back in time or to the future, and why? So this sort of plays into the last question. I'd probably go, I think I'd have to go back to the Roman Empire. Or sorry, I shouldn't say Empire. I'd rather go back to the time where it was still a republic. I think that would have to be my choice, simply because just that time period is so fascinating to me. I'd love to sort of see what it was actually like on a day-to-day basis there. Yeah, I think it would have to be the Roman Republic, but a close second would have to be like Athens in its heyday. That would be pretty wicked. Or even like, I'd like to say Sparta, but they were absolutely just nuts and would probably kill me if I tried to go to Sparta. So I'd probably stay away from there. But that would also be somewhere really cool. Just, you know, to see the way of life and the culture and stuff. And honestly, just like the beginning of the modern Western world. It'd just be so cool. So yeah, that's sort of my justification for that pick. So next we have a couple questions from Irmagerd. So first up is, what is your favorite clone battalion other than the 501st, and why? It is the 212th, simply because I like Obi-Wan a lot, and that's, you know, it's his clone legion, as well as Cody's pretty cool, and Waxer and Boyle were awesome characters as well. That's sort of it. You know, I'm not really attached to any clone legion in particular, more or less, you know, like the entire clone army. I just find all of it awesome. But it would have to be, I think it'd have to be the 212th for those sort of shaky reasons. Second question is, are you a cat person or a dog person? Definitely a dog person. I have two dogs now. I used to have a third, sadly passed away 2 years ago now. Man, time flies. Holy shit. But definitely a dog person, absolutely love dogs, and I mean, I love cats too, don't get me wrong, but I am allergic to cats, so it's not like I can actually have one as a pet, but I definitely prefer dogs anyways. And his bonus question is, what advice would you give about making a Kryo team kill compilation? I'd say, you know, I don't really have an advice. I'd honestly just say good luck, because there's a lot of team kills to count. I definitely wouldn't want to be the one counting them. Fuck, my head would explode. And finally, the last question is by Zach Tucker. His question is, why do you like Battlefront 2 and what makes it better than the first Battlefront? He wants kind of a review, share pros and cons. This sort of ties into previous questions. What makes it, first of all, I'm going to answer what makes it better than the first Battlefront. I have no idea. I haven't played the first Battlefront, so I can't really comment on that. But why do I like Battlefront 2? Honestly, I think it feels like a authentic and genuine Star Wars experience, if that makes any sense. Like, you actually sort of feel like, it's hard to explain why I like it. It feels like you're actually part of the sort of whole, it actually feels like you're part of an actual battle in the Star Wars universe, if that makes sense as well. I don't know, it just has this really, really authentic Star Wars feeling to it, and I find it really, really easy to sort of become immersed in it. That's one of the things I really hated about the EA's latest Battlefront. It almost doesn't feel like a genuine Star Wars experience. It just feels like fucking like playing Battlefield, and that's not what I want from a Battlefront game. Like, this legitimately feels like an actual Star Wars experience. I know, like, that's probably the worst way I could have answered that question, but I don't think I can really do any better. I'm terrible at describing stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can do for that. This guy, by the way, he's been around forever. I think he's been around since I had like maybe like 200 subscribers, something like that, when I first started making Battlefront 2 videos. So thank you for sticking around, buddy. Really appreciate it. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. Probably gonna do more of these in the future. Don't expect one anytime soon, though. I'm sure, you know, there can't be that many more questions that you guys have, at least in the near future. But yeah, definitely expect another one of these down the road. Maybe when I hit like 10K or something, or maybe 15K. You know, give it some time before the next one. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.